And hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Guess what? New shirt. I bought this a couple weeks ago for my dad's birthday, and we're going to wear it tonight because I just got done doing stand-up at Coterie Lounge and Cafe. Lovely little place. It's hard for me to, it's not really hard for me. Well, I mean, when someone calls my name to go up on stage, the anxiety shoots right up. But, as soon as I get up there, you got to focus it. You got to focus your anxiety and all that nice crap. So, I mean, I'm trying to, I do it once a month, not enough to be like I'm a successful, stand-up comic. I do it once a month. It happened. It's just my favorite one thing to do during the month, besides streaming and podcasting. I love going to that place. It's such a cute little cafe. I think so. They got great mango margaritas, which I had a few. But I mean, stand-up is supposed to be the thing how you see the world, and how you see the world through your eyes is how what stand-up is supposed to be. And it's like, God, I get on here and I try and preach good things, but I'm gonna let you on a little secret. You know me in real life. I'm not that much of a political correctness person, by any means. I try and button up the cussing. I try and keep it, nice and clean on here. But when I get around people that I know and that I want to laugh with, I'll turn the jokes up. I really will. And I covered a topic today on stage, let's just say on stage. What really, it's like, it's a little lounge with a microphone and a speaker. There's no stage you walk on, but in your mind, you're on stage. I covered the American Eagle, Sydney Sweeney thing. My thoughts on that are, I support American Eagle. The reasons why they didn't, not because they put Sydney Sweeney in there. The reason why is because they didn't back down when everybody started ripping them in the news. They didn't. Flat out. Plain and simple. They did not back down. That's what I like. That's what I like about it. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just go the opposite direction. Let's get that guy from, I don't know, his name is Barry Wood. And he was that internet meme guy who had the huge wang on him hanging off the bedside. And I was just like, put a shirt on him, put some pants around his ankles, and just have the whole commercial go over. Genes are passed down from generation to generation. And then it pans to him when Sydney Sweeney's laying in the bed because he just split her like cornwood. And he just looks at the camera and goes, she got these genes. So, I mean, that's how I saw it. That was my thought and process on it. And then I also covered JoJo Siwa being straight, and that I think I pushed the envelope just a little bit too much, because the joke was, I think her medication of tricoximor is working, and the thing is, I can relate to the whole JoJo Siwa being straight now, because back in high school I went to Scarlet Oaks. I probably covered this before, but like I sat next to a girl in class who was a lesbian at the time. Turned out 2 years later after high school we were dating. So I mean it's just, that's how I can really empathize with people ripping her apart, ripping JoJo Siwa apart and her boyfriend apart, because it's like I've been there. So it's one of those things where I just covered it, made a joke, and the thing is about jokes is that they're just jokes. And sorry, folks, technical difficulty. But here's the thing. You might see that the camera angle has changed a little bit. That is because my iPhone is the camera now. So I don't know what's going on with this one. I think we're going to have to replace her. So she's been here for, I don't know, 5-6 years now. So I think it's about time. But getting back to it, the thing with comedy, man, it's just how you see your world. It's how you see the world, how you input the process or take the information in, and how you project it out. That's stand-up comedy. Now, there are some real racist and homophobic people out there. I will say that within the comedy world. And it's unfortunate. It's real unfortunate. I try, and most people, I wouldn't say most people because not a lot of people know me in the comic world here in Cincinnati, but I've said a few jokes that push the envelope. They really have pushed the envelope. So I can see where people are gonna could say, "Oh, he's just a nasty person." He just doesn't care about people's feelings or that. So, like, I do, actually. I do. Surprisingly, I do. I'll give you the shirt off my back if you ask for it. I really will. Like, I man. And the thing is that with people, you can't please everybody. I go up on I go up on stage once a month and I try and tell the world how I see things and how I view things, and if people don't like it, don't like it. That's fine. There's plenty of other radio stations. There's plenty of other performers there tonight that did way better than I did. You know what I mean? There was another comic there. He did good. I am not a fan of these cookie cutter jokes though. Honestly. Say it from here. Say it from here. Whether it's about JoJo Siwa or it's about Sydney Sweeney or, the dude with the giant wang. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Say it from the heart. And we will get a good idea of where you are. That's it. That's the game, folks. That's the game. Now, I do have a nicotine vape pen. I was craving one, so I got one. And it's hard for me to like really get along with the world because it's so, man, you fart in the wrong direction and people will rip you apart. It's really weird. People are really weird these days. They're overly sensitive. And I think, that's why I love Dave Chappelle. George Carlin and Dave Chappelle and Joey Diaz, my top 3 comedians. The top inspirations I have for wanting to become a comedian. Those 3 right there. So if that tells you where my thought process, my first comedy special I ever watched when I was a kid was George Carlin one. It was George Carlin one. And it was the one where he was like, parents are full of shit themselves. Kids should be. Actually, no. I think it was Live in New York, where he was talking. Yeah, it was where he was talking about airplane. He was talking about the TSA. So I mean, embedded into my mind, I was always taught to question things from George Carlin. He not only did George Carlin teach you how to, or make you laugh, he taught you how to think. He taught you how to question things. Question. You know what I mean? And then as you get older, like my age, 37, or I don't know if it hits later or earlier, but you just stop questioning shit. And you just, like right now in my life, the whys are going away. The whys are going away. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just like, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't. I don't. And if people don't like my opinion, I don't care. Go Go watch another podcast. Go listen to music. It's that simple. It's that simple of an idea. So I mean, when people come to me and get my opinion on things, don't. I'll be on. Come watch this podcast because this is where I'll tell you what I think. I'll chew it up for a minute and I'll relay it out, and the best that I possibly can to help someone. But in the moment anymore, I don't do it. I'm just quiet. I'm just quiet. I am just. Hey, I'm here. I'm just here. So that's my world in a nutshell. You know. And lately, Avenged Sevenfold has been all over my TikTok, and like the past couple days, I'm like, am I going through something that I don't even know I'm going through? Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that um, I've been listening to Avenged Sevenfold like crazy, and Baby Elephants too. Baby Elephants have been all over my TikTok, and like my emotions are running wild right now because they're so cute. Those damn Baby Elephants are so cute. But everybody's like, it's your algorithm, it's what you're watching. Like, I didn't want to watch Avenged Sevenfold. It just showed up all of a sudden. You know? It just showed up. And TikTok's been going crazy with isolated vocals where it's just the vocals of the song. And it's been going hard. Like Breaking Benjamin's Breathe, that song goes hard, isolated. Little Piece of Heaven from Avenged Sevenfold goes hard, isolated. So I mean, what these social media things do is that they'll drop a little nugget of something and see if you just take the bait, and that's where it goes. So I've been listening to Avenged Sevenfold, and lately a lot of Jimmy Buffett. A lot of Jimmy Buffett for some reason, because I feel like, to keep a positive mindset, I have to listen to positive music, and Jimmy Buffett just does it for me. That dude, God rest his soul, he made some damn good music, and it touches my soul a certain way. Like, I'll be walking in the park listening to Jimmy Buffett and just start tearing up because the songs just hit me in the right way, So, I mean, God bless you, Jimmy Buffett. You are missed. You are missed. But as far as the Baby Elephants go, TikTok, you can keep sending them. Because I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But, well, damn, I can't get into the news now. Because my phone is the thing. Is there anything going on within my week? You might see the camera jump in and out because it's got that stupid autofocus on it. I don't know. But anything big going on in my week? Oh, I renamed the Discord server. I had my first meeting with all my captains and the dedicated crewmates. Lost a few because they didn't show up. Folks, I'm to the point where it's like you if you want to be here and have the title of captain or dedicated crew, it's because you earned it. And then if you fall off and don't really do anything within the server, you got to go. Man, I need people to maintain and regulate it. That's what I need in my life. And Stiff, my admin, he's a damn good admin, so I keep saying shouts out to you, Stiff. So, but the thing is that I renamed the server to Port Level. I was just walking this past Friday, and the idea kept coming back to rename it, like to get me as a gamer, as a player in this server separate. I own the server, It's my server, but it also it's everybody else's server too. It wouldn't the server wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for them. So that's why it's like I want to separate myself from their playground. You know what I mean? And I put rules up within the server. I think the server's been going for quite a bit now, actually, and never really had rules because I always had, Stiff to back it up and say, hey, this is what's going on, yada, yada, yada. But finally put rules up. And here are the rules. So, no hate speech, no racist stuff. Did I put no harass? I think I put no harassment in it. No cheating, because we've had a few cheaters come in the server and you're out. I do not tolerate cheating in my server. Let's see. Have fun, man. Have fun in the server. And then I put the roles and the captains and the dedicated crew of what I expect out of them. That's what I expect. And for the guys who did not show up to the meeting and lost their titles, that was on them. That was on them. I can't control that. The only thing I can do is this meeting is this time. If you wanted to be here and you wanted that title, you should have showed up. It's that simple, It's like going to work. If you want, and my thought process is that all of this within the first year or two is your trial and error points, finding where the perfect pieces are going to fit. And I'm going to go through some captains. I'm going to go through some dedicated crewmates. And Allie Cake, she's the moderator. Damn good job. So, hopefully that those two stick around for the rest of the day because, when this thing really pops off and we start making money at it, they're going to get paid. They're going to get paid. Handsomely, I should say. So, I mean, it's just the point on if you want to stick around, great. If you don't hurt your finger hitting the leave button. It's fine by me. So, but I renamed it Port Level because, like I said, I want to separate myself from the server. This is not only my server, it's everybody else's. The name, it just hit me, man. Port Level. Like, okay. Meaning how I want it to be is that you guys can come here and have fun and be safe. Just be safe. And all are welcome. All are welcome because, number one, you're not out there doing drugs. Number two, you're not out there getting into situations that's going to cause a lifetime of trouble. You're hanging out with us. You know what I mean? So that's why I like having. That's one of the main reasons why I do this is, number one, gaming has saved my life more times than I can think, and number two, it gives a place for people to come in and be like, I can be safe here. Be respectful, be respectful, no harassment, no racist stuff, and you're good to go, no cheating. But yeah, I like that name, Port Level. It just hit me in it. I love it. I love it. Port Level. So now within the gaming community, it's a small port now, but it's going to get bigger. It's going to get real big. But we can jump on the news here. Let's see what's going on in that news thing. I don't like this Google because just Google News. That'll work. Oh yeah, Trump and Putin are here. Oh my God, okay, the news it's not on my phone, so we're gonna get out of there. What else is going on? What else is going on? What else is going on? You know, man, this past week has just been, I've been saying my sayings in the morning, praying, believing, staying close to God as much as I can. And this week was just an all around good week. Another good one in the books, man. Just another good one. Another solid week. Of things that I can't complain about. That's it. Things I can't complain about, man. It's been too good for me. Too good these past couple weeks, and I thank God for that every day. And the fun thing is that when you get to the point of, when you get to that point of just like, you're not excited, but you're not depressed. You're just kind of monotoned at the moment. You're plateauing at that point. You're realizing, like for me, I'm realizing that right now I've set myself up. I've went up, and now I'm just plateauing. So now the plateau is like, okay, let's gather some more resources. Let's get some more people in the Discord. Let's get some more people watching stream. Let's get some more friends. Like I don't have a lot of friends out here in the real world because they're all online. And I'm okay with that. Friends come in many ways, digital and real life. So I'm okay with that, I'm extremely okay with that because that's what God put in my life right now. My friends online. The people I can go to and bullshit with and talk with and have fun with. And last weekend we had a big game of Among Us, and that was so much fun. So I mean, it's just gonna keep growing and growing and growing. So I mean, I don't know where the end of the line's gonna be, but I know in this simulation, I heard Andrew Tate say this, and it fit perfect. In the line of this simulation, in the progression of this simulation, in the end, I win. In the end, I win. So, I had to take a reset, lost everything, and now we're just making everything. We're just making a nice comeback. So I can't see in between A and Z, but I know there's letters there, if that makes sense. So we're just going to continue to have fun, dude. And I'm enjoying every minute of it. The goods and the bads. But it's just one of those things where I'm just... And on the back, okay, well, if you want, let's get more serious. There is a little depression there. I will say that, because it's like I'm building something and there's a piece missing somewhere. I don't know what that piece is. I don't know where it is. It could be in the form of me doing more stand-up, or it could be in the form of me, finding a woman that wants to enjoy this with me. And I'll say this about getting married and dating. If you are not here to build with me, you will not enjoy the benefits of this. Plain and simple. So if it comes to the point where this is, very extremely successful, and I'm still, single by myself, somebody's at the pool. That's the way, hopefully that's the way it's going to be, but hopefully someone comes along and changes my mind here soon. So, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe it's the fact that I don't have a dog running around here, or, something's missing. Something is missing. So you don't know where it's at. You don't know where it's at, man. I don't know. I don't. The only thing I know to do is get up and rinse and repeat every week. So, it's just one of those things, dude. Ladies and gents. Ladies and gents. And I remind myself every day, if God wants someone to come into your life, he will. If you keep asking and praying, you'll get what you receive as long as you believe. So I'm asking, I'm praying, and I'm believing. Life has its funny ways of just I said this on stage today, life, you don't know where love's going to come from. You don't. You want it to show up as a Lamborghini, it shows up as a Honda Civic. You don't know. So, be grateful for the Honda Civic. Be grateful. Life is just too good sometimes, and life is just too bad sometimes. And life in the middle, if you're setting something up and if you're building something and you realize that you're living life in the middle, that's okay, dude. That's okay, ladies and gents, because it's better than being underwater. You're just sitting there floating, waiting for a gust of wind to show up. So, you're going to get some gusts of winds. You're going to get some days where you're just sitting at sea, just hanging out, playing cards or doing whatever, singing sailor songs, whatever. But right now I'm just hanging out in the sea. And that's perfect for me because now I get a chance to really evaluate what's important in my life. Friends, family, what I want to do, yada, 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 because I don't have time for the negative. We don't have time for the negative. We will not have time for it. But next week's going to be a good episode because I went to Texas and recorded that podcast, and that's when actually not is it next week, or it's probably 2 Mondays from now is when that episode drops, and I gotta edit that one. I'm thinking out loud, excuse me. But yeah, so we've had some changes in the Discord, we've had some changes in life, and the way you got to think about it is that when your mind changes, the reality's just catching up. That's maybe your mind is ahead of the reality, but the reality is just catching up. So that's how you have to look at it. But I want to thank you for joining me for another wonderful episode. Next week we will have our Texas episode come out, and then the week after that I got a topic I want to talk about, and then we'll go from there. So I love all you guys, ladies and gents. And if you want to go support a good little lounge and cafe, Cottery Lounge and Cafe over in Westchester, Coterie Lounge and Cafe. Go support it. Wonderful crew over there. So I love all you guys. Remember, actually, we'll keep it short and sweet. Twitch.tv/on the level 162 and on YouTube at Mind of JPA. Love all you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Remember, fear God, keep his commandments.